Welcome back to another Mike and Ryan's movie review. You just can't be silent.
Welcome to another video from Mike and Ryan and Quiet Art Productions.
Welcome back to another of Mike and Ryan's movie reviews, where this time we reviewed... Oh, you've got me better than it.
So, producer and director John Watts, we have
I think he produced. Sorry, I put producer and or director.
Dad Blasters! Producer and director...
Just director.
That's...
Just director.
Producer and director... Dadgum, I did it again.
Hold on, let me check the battery.
So, Spiderman Far From Home. Directed by... Man.
Wow.
Why?
I don't know.
Okay.
Do you want to handle the director?
Here we go.
Is it the bane of your video career? What are you...
I guess. What?
Ow!
Jeez!
Do you want me to hand her? You want me to hand her everything? I can hand her it.
Spider-Man Far From Home. With director John Watts, actors Tom Holland, Jake Gyllenhaal, Samuel L. Jackson, Marissa Tomei, John Favreau, something like that. Yeah, and...
He played Happy.
Yeah, I like the guy. I can't pronounce his name for some
That's
reason.
okay. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but I really like him. He's excellent at directing.
Yeah, I can't.
John Favreau?
I can't do it.
Say Favreau.
Favreau.
Oh, jeez.
Favreau.
No. This is bad.
John Favreau.
It's like you're... John Favreau. That's
Totally skipped it.
That's Happy.
Happy?
Yeah.
Oh, I like him. He should have a name that I can pronounce.
Spider-Man Far From Home is an excellent film. Basically, Peter Parker is on a trip with his high school science class to Europe. And they make several stops along the way. They go to Venice, Prague, Paris. And, all of this is stuff you can see in the trailer, so that's not a spoiler. So he's trying to get close to MJ throughout the entire trip. He's got a plan. He wants to, make sure that they can spend time together and that they can maybe get to know each other a little bit more and maybe even let her know how he feels. And again, that's all stuff that you'll find in the trailer. What would a Spider-Man movie be without that dynamic?
That dynamic between Spider-Man and the girl. Yeah.
Yeah, and MJ gosh, they change it up all the time. I don't know. So this MJ is not Mary Jane, but whatever. I don't know. I can't keep up. So he is approached by Nick Fury, and there's all of these monsters that are popping up everywhere they go in Europe, and they're called elementals. And as you can see from the trailer, you've got water and fire and just whatever. So then in pops this new character to the films. You have Mysterio. He's a known character in the universe, the Marvel universe.
Yeah.
And however, from my understanding, he's not a good guy. But from what we can see here, he is working alongside Peter Parker. But you know what? I mean, there's been this big change.
They've already switched it up. I mean, Mary Jane to MJ and all sorts of things.
Not just that, but you've got these changes that happened to the entire world. People went missing for 5 years and then came back, and
Sure.
Roles switched and all this stuff. So
yeah.
I mean, I can't say that I was too surprised to see what was supposed to be a bad guy character working alongside Peter Parker, and he pops in, and this is Jake Gyllenhaal's character, and he does awesome. I love me some Jake. So Jake Gyllenhaal did an awesome job in this film. I feel like I haven't seen him in a long time.
I haven't seen him in a good movie in a long time. So
I feel like the last one I saw him in was Donnie Darko. Was there something after that I should have seen, or I don't know?
No,
I'm drawing a blank.
No.
So he plays Mysterio, and they both go after these characters to save everybody and save Europe and whatever else. So that wraps up the plot. I feel like Ryan and I are both in agreement here. I really liked this one much better than Homecoming.
For sure. It was much better. I enjoyed the first one, but I feel like this one was a step up. Even though some of the plot was kind of recycled a little bit. But
Well, I mean,
overall,
how many superhero movies can you make, especially in the last 5-10 years, and not have some of that stuff happening?
That's true.
It's just kind of a different story, but not different in the sense of, like, well, that was different. It's just not the normal. It's not Avengers. It's not Iron Man or Captain America. It's a young teenage boy.
Yeah,
and
it's a different feel.
yeah, I mean, and of course, because of the time, the blipping that took place is what they call it. The blipping. He's not a college age student. He's still in high school, but I mean that's okay. I really respect and appreciate the way that the director created the feel of this film from that kind of that perspective almost of a teenage high schooler. You see in Peter Parker the apprehensions of a young man who has these other interests, these things that are drawing him, like MJ, and then the duty that he has as an Avenger to stand up and fight for people.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely two things at war inside him. You see his duty to his role as Spider-Man, but you also see his passion for life and his passion for just being a kid and being normal, and you see those two things rise up and conflict with one another, and it's really hard to you see the conflict really weigh out in his mind and in his life. It was well portrayed in the film. I think Tom Holland did a good job really putting that into his character, and I think we see that very, very well in his acting. So definitely hats off to him.
I like Tom Holland, I do have to say.
Yeah, I would say probably my favorite Spider-Man thus far.
That's hard for me because I really liked Garfield. I really did.
Yeah.
But I think, and to be honest with you, I think Tom Holland's actually progressing right before our very eyes, because when we first saw him in the Avengers films and then he had his own Spider-Man movie, I just feel like he's shining through a lot more in this particular film. And maybe that's just me.
No, I definitely get that too. And it's like with anything, with a book, where an author is just started or whatever.
I can get that.
And the first book, you see some of the immaturities of writing or whatever.
They're learning their craft.
And it really perfects as it goes on, and I see that in Tom Holland's acting for sure.
Spider-Man Far From Home, we consider it to be a really good film. We thoroughly enjoyed it, and Mike and Ryan is going to give this our fist bump.
For sure. Just be sure to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and leave us a comment down below. Let us know how we can get better, things we can improve, any additional movies you guys would like us to review, or you know what? Just anything you would like us to review, because we're coming out with that very soon.
We're open to other review options.
Absolutely. So, go ahead and leave us that comment, and we'll listen to you, give you a like, and definitely be making some more content in the future. Y'all have a great day.
Why do we do this, sir?
I don't know. Because we like movies.
That is right. And because we're friends.
Earth, wind, and fire. All right.
It's how you prepare. You're like... Let me start that back.
All right, Robin Williams.
That is a compliment. Woosah. Oh, geez.
Okay.
So that wraps up Ryan's coffee.
Fun times.
Hey! Juice! Get juiced and juice!
Woo! And so we are. Cut. Okay, hold on. I'm bringing it back. Bringing it back. It's coming back around.
Should I reel it in?
All right, ready?
I mean, I've been ready.
Shut it.